Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, I need to talk about this a little bit more. So yesterday I put up a video all about how these two, did that CBS train wreck. And boy, was it a train wreck. You can go see my other video where I really go through all the things wrong with this thing. I've had more time to reflect on it and I stand by everything I've said. And guess what? So many other people are speaking up saying the same thing. So I'm recording this on Sunday. This will probably go up Monday, but I have learned that YouTube ended up putting the video up here on YouTube. I was kind of surprised by that. It's a whole thing, CBS, Viacom. Usually they're weird about stuff, but they did. They put it up. And you'd think that they might want to turn the comments off on this one, especially the way that Harry and Meghan like to censor everybody because the comments are rolling in and I'm here for it. So I thought we could talk a little bit more about this train wreck, talk about some more of my thoughts on it, and read some of the best comments that were left on this video. First of all, I would like to point out, again, I'm recording this on Sunday. It's been up on YouTube. Let's take a look. So it's been up on YouTube for just over 2 hours with a little over 8,000 views on it. Well, just to put it in perspective and to let you know, that's pretty terrible. Take a look at this. So my recap has been up for just over 2 hours and it has 4 times the views. That's because nobody wants to watch these two. It's unbelievable to me. I don't understand what CBS is thinking. They're not thinking. They're just looking for a paycheck. What are they thinking having these two talk about anything having to do with all, I went through it all yesterday. I'm not going to go back through it. I'll just get mad. But the cyber of it all, you know how YouTube is about certain words. The substance use of it all. Again, these two think that they're qualified to speak to parents about anything parenting related, let alone all the other stuff. Latching on to these poor families and playing victim, it truly is appalling behavior. I thought every time I think they can't get worse, they do stuff like this. And I'm continued to be surprised by it because I think nobody can be this bad. But again, here we are. Harry and Meghan, how you doing? I thought we could take a look at some of the things being said. I left a comment on there. It's not that I'm trying to drive up their engagement, but I find this whole thing completely appalling. And I wanted to know how in the world that so-called journalists could not ask a single question back to them about what their followers have done or their bullying accusation. I was called out yesterday because I didn't mention Harry's. You know what? You're right. Harry and Meghan's both been accused of bullying people in the past. So why wasn't that called out? How can they have these people talking about such serious issues and then them not be questioned about their own accusations into the stuff? So many people were standing up for Thomas Markle and talking about his online experiences with all this, and yet they never reach out to him. How could they possibly advocate for people? It really is just mind-blowing, all the depths of the hypocrisy here. So many people calling them out for their lack of sincerity. It is shocking to see when they talk about their kids. It's weird to see. As a parent, typically you are gushing about your children. These two are incapable of doing it because, heaven forbid, somebody accidentally get any more attention than themselves. I would say Meghan especially in this case, but he seems to be just as guilty as she is. Other thing I saw pointed out so often is they don't follow through on anything. Right? Pick anything. They don't follow through. ARO, what's happening with that? Nothing. That 40 initiative, remember a couple years ago on her birthday, she was going to do this whole initiative to help women, didn't follow through. Nothing else ever came of that. What else? Sticking with the royal family, can't follow through. You name it, they can't stick with it. It's too hard. Podcasts can't follow through, can't be bothered to make more content. Maybe it's that people didn't want to listen to the content. Can't blame them there. But I'm saying they don't stick with anything. So they make these announcements. They glom on to people's grief and sadness. By the way, somebody called her a grief grifter. And whoever you are, you're my freaking hero because that's brilliant. She is a grief grifter. They are both grief grifters. They're grifting on to other people's tragedies and trying to get attention for themselves. And it's disgusting. So many people took issue with him not being able to get her help if she supposedly needed it, right? Remember, it was that they tried to put it off on the family, but never could explain why Harry couldn't do something to help Meghan if and I use a big if there and underline the if, she was truly struggling with the things she claims she was struggling about. In my opinion, she was doing it for attention. That's my opinion. But if she was truly struggling, he couldn't get her help. But now he's in a position to try to help others. I thought this person made such a good point about, parents and loss of a child and stuff, and yet they just went through this where they totally ignored Pat Tillman's mom's wishes that they not be involved in that and accept that award, right, that they did not deserve, or that he did not deserve, and yet he did it anyway. He ignored her. He did what he wanted to do. That's what they do. And so to now go on and try to sympathize, to help, be an advocate for it. I'm not even sure what they're pretending they're going to do for these people, but whatever they're pretending they're going to do, we just saw them do the opposite with a parent that had lost a child. A million comments like this telling, why don't you ever call out the Sussex Squad? That's something I have personally had so many things to say about. They put Boozy in that Netflix documentary, and then you have him on these vicious, vile rants. Just so many disgusting, awful things. And again, we have reports of them, meeting up with them and calling them and congratulating. We've heard, allegations from they're paying them to just everything in between. And the fact that they haven't called out the vicious, vile attacks, even though we can all see it and are all very aware of it, just tells me that they're fully supportive of it. They're fine with that. As long it's that, the rules don't apply for them. So this is something else I saw, and something I always mean to mention. I never not do it on purpose. I try to be mindful of it. They just have so much awfulness around them. Sometimes it does slip my mind. But yeah, what about the African parks? Completely silent on that. Again, they're pretending like they're going to give people voices, and yet they'll ignore anything that doesn't suit them. Do you see? I mean, it's just another layer of the hypocrisy. It's disgusting. Really like this top comment here that says, to even suggest anyone take these two horrors seriously on such a sensitive and complex subject is ridiculous and truly offensive. I couldn't agree more. I feel the exact same way. And then I saw a lot of people saying, CBS, consider yourself markled. I'd say, yeah, that probably happened back with the Oprah of it all. This was something I touched upon on yesterday's video while talking about this and such serious matters of taking oneself out, if you will. Again, YouTube sensitivity, you get it. During the, whatever this was, I wouldn't even call it an interview, during this self-congratulations video that we saw, Meghan says, oh, I wasn't expecting it, talking about that it would be brought up about the claims that she made that she was going to take herself out. Okay, she's pretending like she didn't know what they were going to talk about in this interview, but I understand why you're going there. And then she says, if me voicing what I have overcome, well, I'll take a hit for that. Meaning, it's been so hard for me, but I can be a martyr and I can be strong for people. I can be a beacon. I don't know what the hell she's trying to say. You can't make sense of it. But again, anybody can see she's latching onto this and playing victim and trying to make it about herself. Unbelievable. Again, in case you didn't watch it, and I don't recommend you do, and I wouldn't even click on it here on YouTube. I wouldn't give them the clicks, but you didn't miss anything. The highlight, no. There were no highlights. The more interesting parts were actually aired in the clips leading up to it. It was the fact that Harry and Meghan can't stand each other and can't hide it anymore for the cameras. I drag Jay into this stuff sometimes. So I got him to watch just a 1-minute preview, and he was like, oh my God, they hate each other. I'm like, I know. They used to hide it better. Now they don't even pretend anymore. And then somebody had pointed out she tried to reach for his hand and he wouldn't take it. And I think that's really funny. But guys, I'm going to leave this here. CBS has clearly been markled. I'm here for it. They deserve it. Again, see Oprah for details. Jane Pauley asked no thoughtful questions, no follow-up. It just seemed like a puff piece all the way around. So I really wonder, did money change hands for this? Who paid who here? How did that work? Did Archwell make a big fat donation or something? Something shady, I'm sure. But guys, I'm going to leave this here. Let me know your thoughts. I won't stop talking about this. I find it completely disgusting. I'm telling you, they are trying to shut down anybody who speaks out against them and calling out their BS. I'm not going to stop calling out their BS. Thank you guys as always for being here. I appreciate you so much. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this, and I truly hope you have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.